This is Government Unfiltered. I'm Dan Williams. Final report. Select committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol. This podcast is a reading of the document released on December 22nd, 2022. Chapter 1. The Big Lie. (1.4) President Trump's launch of the Big Lie. Consistent with the pre-election narrative planted by President Trump, within hours of polls closing, President Trump began pushing the claim that late reported vote tallies were illegitimate. Even though he had been reminded by his campaign manager that very day that a large number of mail-in ballots would not be counted for several hours or days, President Trump claimed that Democrats were going to find ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. He also suggested that Democrats were continuing to vote after the polls had closed. Indeed, this is exactly what Steve Bannon described when he said President Trump would take advantage of the Democrats' natural disadvantage on election night. In the ensuing days and weeks, President Trump often referred to dumps of votes that were injected into the counting process. His supporters latched onto these false claims. There were no dumps of votes, just tallies of absentee ballots as they were reported by jurisdictions throughout the country in a fully transparent process. These batches of ballots included votes for both Trump and Biden. The late reported votes favored the former vice president, just as President Trump's campaign advisors said they would, particularly in primarily Democratic cities. Attorney General Bill Barr recognized immediately that the red mirage was the basis for President Trump's erroneous claim of fraud. Right out of the box on election night, the president claimed that there was major fraud underway, Barr said. I mean, this happened, as far as I could tell, before there was actually any potential of looking at evidence. President Trump's claim seemed to be based on the dynamic that, at the end of the evening, a lot of Democratic votes came in which changed the vote counts in certain states, and that seemed to be the basis for this broad claim that there was major fraud. President Trump knew about the red mirage. He chose to lie about it repeatedly, even after being directly informed that his claims were false. This was often the case in the post-election period. The president consciously disregarded facts that did not support his big lie. Episodes of Government Unfiltered are created based on the value for value model. If you find value in the effort to provide an open and available reading of this document, please support the podcast at governmentunfiltered.com by clicking the support button for a one-time donation or by going to patreon.com/timberlanemedia to donate monthly. If you'd like to provide an anonymous donation, you can go to glow.fm/insider to donate on either a one-time or recurring basis. Follow the show on Twitter @govunfiltered or on Facebook at facebook.com/governmentunfiltered. Thank you for listening.